This isn't so much a proposal as it is just an exercise in creative thinking. Lots of people have ideas all the time, but those ideas have to hold up to the cold, harsh light of day. So this is just a thought experiment where I took an idea and then looked at it, and then you'll see what decision I came to. In a previous video, part 1 of Project Epic, I identified an area of the park as possible expansion, the studio space. I said, I have a really big, audacious, impractical idea for this studio space, but this video is getting long enough and I think it deserves its own video. And guess what? Yep, this is that video. Dum 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 dum. But Blue Man Group called. They wanted their own room back, and Universal said, sorry, your mom's already turned it into a work office. So Universal's got plans for that space. Which space? Right there. That's the old Blue Man Group Theater and the old Nickelodeon Theater. So let's say Universal's got plans for those buildings. They're using some of these other buildings for Halloween Horror Nights, which is probably the ultimate defeater of this proposal in the long run. But I was looking at all that space, and I started thinking about a very potent market force that is prevalent today: nostalgia. The member berries are strong. Universal's competition has been mining the nostalgia pit to great effect for decades. Sometimes that seems like that's all they do. And when they cannibalize their live action versions of the animated classics, even to varying degrees of success, the nostalgia and member berries are still quite a potent market force. Now, Universal has been around for decades now in the theme park game, and they have generated multiple generations of fans and have some nostalgia and member berries of their own they could choose to draw on. They made their bones on big spectacle attractions like Earthquake, Twister, Backdraft, Confrontation, Back to the Future, the ride where you got swallowed by a T-Rex, and of course, the granddaddy nightmare of all park operators, the ride that sometimes worked, Jaws. So the thought was, what if we take a scene from each of these attractions, 90 seconds, say, and put them together in one ride? What if we built the world's biggest dark ride, presenting the Great Universal Movie Ride, where you ride the movie rides? Like I said, a scene from each of these films, 90 seconds. Each studio gets a attraction, try to save money on demo costs if it'll fit. Don't even know if that's possible. But the Jaws section will have its own pool dug, and it will be outdoors, no water inside. Utilizing the old Part the Red Sea gag from the original Universal Studios Hollywood Tram Tour, which is a gag where the road surface goes below the water surface, and this will allow the shark to get right in the people's face in a way it's never done so before on the attraction. That way the shark won't have to, abnormally stick 45 degrees out of the water, as sharks are not particularly known to do. And yes, this means we're going to use a form of the Glamour Tram, probably smaller, probably not 4 cars, but as many people as we can get in it. And these will have to navigate through the studio space, so they'd probably need to be a little bit smaller. This is a possible run. All of these attractions need time to reset. So let's say 90 seconds per scene, with 90 seconds in between the studio space for a presentation for the next show while the shows reset. The trams will probably have to go in between the studio space there. And like I said, if Jaws isn't working, you can just skip Jaws and hold your jets until you go into the next attraction. And we'll skip this middle building. It's not a studio, it's an office building. And then you would complete with Earthquake here. Now, this is all well and good, but there is the thing about, well, none of these are actual attractions or rides or stories. Like in Earthquake, you saw an earthquake simulation, and it was cool, but there was no story. In Backdraft, there were no firemen in danger, there were no people in danger. It was just you were seeing flames and pyro. And Twister, there's nobody in danger, you're just watching a simulation and some storm damage. And Back to the Future had a story, but it didn't have a set. It was a simulation ride with a big screen, and I don't know how you do that other than getting a big screen in a theater, I mean, in a studio where it probably won't fit. Now, all of these rides were expensive, they were finicky, they were a lot of trouble. And the more I think about it, the more I think they're probably glad they don't have to deal with this anymore. Let's say you could take Kong from Skull Island and put him in this attraction. And let's say you could amp him up to where he seems like he's mad. And let's say you could move the tram up and down like he's picking it up. What do you do when Kong's britches rip? Do you stop the entire ride because Kong's britches are ripped? Or do you keep running the whole ride while Kong's britches are ripped? Now, I saw this and I just thought, nope, 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 nope. That's not enough sugar for a dime. Because I bet Universal creative executives are thrilled that they don't have to deal with this kind of, you know, attraction anymore. I bet they are justifiably proud that they have designed their way closer to taking over the top spot in their industry. And I bet they are doubled over in laughter if somebody even suggests that they go back to these old spectacle attractions. Because the truth is, for Universal, the way is forward, not backward. So I'm just going to respectfully take my little proposal back, and I'm going to go back to the drawing board and enjoy it for what it was, a little creative piece of fluff. And I'm going to get back to work on more pressing and realistic and doable and profitable ideas, such as Project Epic Part 1, where we bring Universal Studios Florida up to Epic Universe standards. Also, check out my pitch for Lands of Zelda at Islands of Adventure. Currently working hard on Part 2 of Project Epic concerning the rest of Islands of Adventure. And I'm also working on a new video where I'm going to break down what's so epic about Epic Universe in a way you might not have imagined. Did you ever notice the word Q is just the letter Q with 4 silent letters after it? I think that's weird. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel. Until next time, take it easy or watch one of these videos right here.